right, everybody. Welcome back to Chapter 11 of our Legends of the Five Rings campaign, entitled Beyond Love and Grief. Yeah, this is Chapter 11. With us tonight, we have Ghost, Matt, Tet, and Aki. And we are going to go ahead and get started as we roll into Shao-King. Let me start a few sound effects here. At any time, guys, if you want us to refer back to the map, just tell me and I'll zoom you back to the map. But as the scene opens, it's been perhaps a week since the battle down at Ikcho. Inogami Ishi, wounded, has departed, and you have continued your way south along the road towards Shao-King in an effort to figure out what is going on there and to delve a little deeper into the mystery that has gripped the Midlands of Dragon Territory. The road up to Shao-King winds this way and that. The sun is starting to set behind the mountains as it's late afternoon. And you can see above you, kind of perched, just kind of cradled in between some mountains that encircle the town or small city even of Shao-King. You can see the glittering tile roofs up in the mountains. First, behind you, you see a man on a pony, approaching at a quick pace. And as he gets closer and closer, you can see his face, and he dismounts the pony and runs up to you guys. You recognize him as Kansuke, Onizuka's Badoka. Oh, I am so glad I could reach you before you reached Shao-King. The sun is almost passed behind the mountains. Hidetaka-sama, Hibbiki-sama, Hisoka-sama, Shimizu-sama, I am at your service. He bows deeply, his crown of his head going deeper than his obi, and then he comes up. Before I forget, Hibbiki-sama, Ishi-domo wrote a beautiful letter and would like me to pass it on to you. And I am going to show the intro to everybody. And Matt has been voluntold to read it.
He unfurls the note thanking Kansuke, and he reads most of it aloud. My dearest Hibbiki-sama, I hope this letter finds you well. Though last I saw you standing bravely on the battlefield, you were not without wounds. And though the more beautiful for these badges of courage, I do not wish more upon you. Please be safe and use caution, though somehow I fear my words may fall on deaf ears, deaf if not lovely ears. I have returned to Ikcho, and am on the mend. Though your skill at healing is missed, the daimyo retains talented physicians, and I will soon be well and about the business of securing peace and prosperity for Shao-King. Ikcho will soon be sending couriers not only to Kijo, but to other villages in the valley between Shao-King and Ikcho. To that end, I have news to report. I have met frequently with Okata Minoru Dono. I have informed him regarding the fateful events in Kijo, and, though he sought counsel with your uncle Kitsuki Aoi-sama, he is now of the same mind as me and our friends. Shao-King's leadership, once noble and an ally to Ikcho, has been subverted. The ninja attack over a month ago, the mountain mine, and the peasant rebellion are all clues pointing in the same direction. Your exquisite perception of the taint upon Inogami Tai confirms that a shadow moves to the mountains of the dragon territory, and we are in the thick of it. But we are stealthy, stalking tigers amidst the bamboo forest. We are not children, scared of the dark. And so I urge you and our allies to carefully gather intelligence regarding the ongoings on in Shao-King. Investigate not only the thoughts and tactics of leaders in high places, but the temperature of the common samurai, and even the peasants and other folk. What are the rivalries in town? What are their weak points that we may be exploited? Are the famed Geisha of the Palace of Pleasure as tight-lipped as the tale tells, or will they whisper a secret at the right time and place? Do the Shugenja of the Temple Jin sense anything mysterious? Are the warriors of the dojo of Shao-King as disciplined as the samurai of Ikcho? Even the strongest fortress has a crack if you look closely enough. These things are important, my beautiful, powerful Hibbiki, who sets enemies aflame as she does my heart. For war is coming to the Midlands, and there will be no prize for second place. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Ever yours, Inogami Ishi. And most of this she reads to herself, of course. P.S. Don't let Shimizu talk to anyone unsupervised. What he has in swordsmanship he lacks in wits. P.P.S. And don't leave Hidetaka alone in either the company of sake, women, or both. P.P.P.S. And you should really tell the Mantis about Ichikawa Madoka and his wife. P.P.P.S. Mitsuka Zen says hello. He is rather fond of you. Should I be concerned? Her eyes gaze down to the bottom of the scroll as a small smile that creeps upon her face. She reads over. The Mantis child is being looked after in the palace by Toshiyuki and Akane-sama. She seems very happy. Toshiyuki-sama is rethinking his desire for a male heir. She rolls up the scroll and gives a nod to Konsuke. Thank you for traveling so far and delivering this. This was very important. It is much appreciated.
Hey, it is my duty and my duty to Hidetaka-sama. Yeah, I have always felt, Hidetaka-sama, that my place is by your side. And though the company of your daughter, Hisoka, is pleasant, being at home alone with such a youngster was beginning to try my patience.
Oh my. That was Kansuke. My brain was still on the letter.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Hisoka smiles gently. Well, I'm glad she's doing well. It's good.
So you walk up a little further and you find yourself near the main entrance of Shao-King. That's pretty much as you can see it here. You can see the encircling mountains. The light is starting to slowly fade. It's that very kind of pleasant time of the evening where the temperature is perfect. And there's some traffic going into and out of the town, but not much. What traffic does come in and out, though, gets questioned fairly thoroughly by two guards near the front entrance.
Yeah, Hisoka kind of follows along quietly as usual, taking in the scenery more than anything.
And Hibiki looks to her uncle, Hidetaka. So, uncle, one question that I have for you is, did you accept Ishi-sama's proposal in granting you his family name?
Hidetaka scratches his chin. I told Ishi-dono to consider the implications of what that would mean for his family name. I requested he take more time to consider such a thing. I worry now would be perhaps not the best time to introduce such a controversy to his court, considering all the other outstanding issues that have yet to be solved.
Hisoka is kind of standing along, smiling as you guys talk. As he kind of turns, I do think that would be wise, given current situation. If we were to deal with this problem, I'm sure he would be accepted.
Perhaps it is not something I am so concerned with as figuring out the issues in Shao-King. I feel something so controversial might take attention away from other matters and allow our enemies to move in secret, while everyone focuses on taking in a shameful old drunk lecture.
I suppose.
I do have a quick question, Uncle. If you were to have said name of Inogami Hidetaka, if so, what would you advise for us to tell these guards as to why we were here?
Well, without that name, what I would consider, Hibbiki-chan, is perhaps a trade mission from Ikcho. After all, who better to send to discuss matters such as trade far beneath the samurai of the rest of your standings than someone who has been so thoroughly disgraced as myself? I could merely say I was provided for with protection by honorable samurai so that I might discuss matters of trade and commerce with someone appropriate in the city. A good enough lie to get by these guards anyway.
I suppose, although perhaps we could keep it a bit more straightforward, simple, less convoluted, I suppose. Perhaps we just tell them we've been given leave by our lord to see the city, explore it for a day or two.
Shimizu, Uncle, for me to tell a lie is difficult. As you know, it is not in my nature to be overly deceptive, and it is a besmirch against my honor to do so.
This is true. Perhaps instead, those who feel they would be dishonored to participate in a lie could simply be quiet while I speak.
Aye, but if I am asked a direct question, Uncle, I will need to tell the truth.
Hisoka kind of... He doesn't break face, but he's squirming a little bit.
So, perhaps then we simply walk up to the guards and say we smell corruption in their city, and because 2 of the samurai in my employ cannot hold their tongues, then we will confront the whole city of Shao-King ourselves.
I do not think that is what Shimizu-san proposes.
Why not? He kind of scratches his chin.
Shimizu!
Wait, surely this is a jest.
Let us try this then. We are simply a delegation from Ikcho, which is true. We are from Ikcho. 3 of the 4 of us are honorable samurai. There is no reason that they should deny us entry to the city if we are simply here as a friendly Dragon Clan neighbor.
I must admit I am not fond of using subterfuge, but as I said, perhaps we just keep it simple. I do not think there is a need to mention Ikcho. It is honest enough to say that our lord has sent us to explore the city for a day.
Yes, that would work well.
Just make sure to bite your tongue there, Shimizu. We have a mission to do, and if we endanger it by being too brash, then Ishi-sama would be very disappointed.
This is true. I think it is suffice enough to say that Shimizu and myself are mainly here to protect my lord's beloved.
Okay.
He kind of like snorts. I am here to find out what is going on and put an end to it.
But Shimizu-sama, Shimizu, I am indeed your lord's beloved and betrothed. You are indeed here to protect me. And for that, you must hold your tongue.
He cocks an eyebrow. You are not married to Ishi-sama yet. I will take no lip from you, cousin. But I will hold my tongue, I suppose.
Let us simply see if we can overcome the massive obstacle of getting past 2 city guards, which appears more and more insurmountable every time I hear you open your mouth.
I suppose the point could be raised that they'll probably just let us into the city like normal people.
Unless they recognize us. But let us cross that bridge when we come to it.
Shimizu thinks that, they may recognize me. I am very famous now.
As am
This
I.
is true. Let us see what happens.
Hisoka kind of notices the slight stifled giggle from behind Hibbiki's fan as he kind of forcefully wipes his face with poetic timing as well.
As you approach the guards, it doesn't seem entirely as stressful as maybe you've made it out in your minds. There are a few townsfolk coming in from outside. You see a female and a male samurai returning. They have with them a few bolts of silk and perhaps look like they were out in the mountainside having a picnic. And eventually you come towards the one on the left, Timuro Shinji, and he says, "Hey, halt! In the name of Shao-King, I must ask what your business is coming into the city. With whom do I speak, and who speaks for your company?"
Shimizu just looks to Hidetaka.
That would be me. And he steps forward. I am Onizuka Hidetaka of Ikcho.
Onizuka Hidetaka. Oh, that does not ring a bell for me. Hidetaka, what is your business here in beautiful mountain valley city of Shao-King?
We are simply here to walk the streets and see the beautiful sights of our neighbor city. We have no official business here, I must admit.
You are a bold one, Onizuka Hidetaka. I am but a lowly guard samurai, but not 7 days ago a force rode out of these very doors into the valley, where there are rumors of peasant unrest and even rebellion. I am sure, however, that Inogami Tai and his forces will soon be back. You have my blessings, and I am surprised that you arrived safely.
Oh yes, it was an interesting road to take here for sure, but we have come here to Shao-King safely. Merely wish to walk along the streets. I do hope that your lord returns safe and sound.
I am sure that he will return safe and sound. Inogami Tai is a mighty warrior, very swift on his feet, and he has a cunning mind.
Shimizu
I have
grabs
heard
his
such
chin.
things.
He kind of grabs his chin and just rubs his lips. Doesn't say anything.
I too have heard such things. And this is reflected in those who are under his service and the service of the daimyo of Shao-King. And he looks to Moron, nods appraising.
Give me a courtesy.
Of course.
Courtesy roll.
Oh no.
Give me a courtesy.
I swear.
Courtier or sincerity? Or?
Either one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they're
Probably
both the
Courtier.
same. Let me see.
You weren't being that sincere.
Watch him take it as an
Well,
insult.
sincerity is just how you're getting that across.
Yeah.
They're the same anyway. I'll just do Courtier.
I understand.
Courtier awareness.
TM?
That's 15.
Too bad.
You'll be
Click
fine.
faster.
Oh, there you
Nice.
go. Well, enjoy your stay here in Shao-King. And be careful. The merchants on the bazaar are very aggressive these days. There's not money flowing into town like there once was. And there are worries about enough rice and supplies should rebellion come.
Thank you for your advice, but if a samurai as myself cannot handle a few unruly merchants, what kind of man would I be?
All right. And they watch you guys all filter through. Does Shimizu have the highest glory? Who has the highest glory?
I mean, I have. Well, if you get extra rank when you go up an insight rank, then I have something like 7.9.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to call that 8. This. Oh.
Pretty high. Yeah.
Hang on a second, real quick here. So 7 point.
Uh-oh. We all walk past and they're like, wait a minute. Is that Shimizu?
So handsome.
Yep. So the roll to recognize Shimizu is only going to be 10.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna say 15. The way he carries himself says there's something great about him. So
Careful, it'll get to his head.
lore. It's going to be lore intelligence. Right. This is for the first one. Oh, yep. Yep, one of them recognizes you, the other one don't. So you are heading back. You head past Tomorrow Shinji, and he's move along. And this other,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, guys, and Shimizu, maybe you're in the back. You're the last one through.
Yeah, makes
Hey!
sense.
You, sir, you look familiar. I have seen that armor somewhere before, perhaps in drawings around town. What is your name?
My name is Mirumoto Shimizu.
Hi, Shimizu-sama? Shinji-sama. This is Shimizu-sama. Oh, he bows, his top knot almost touching the ground. Your glory precedes you, as does your skill in battle and with the blade, Shimizu-sama.
Hi, I knew it would.
There are stories all through the valley about your exploits from many years ago. If my memory serves correctly, you even served with the daimyo's son, Inogami Ishi, in the past. Is that correct?
Hi, Inogami Ishi-sama. He is a wise and great man.
Oh, I hear that his mother, after taking Hill, was far to the north. He has not returned either.
I'm sure he will come very soon. He is the heir of Shao-King after all.
Well, be well in town and stay safe, although I'm sure you do not need my advice. Only a fool would think to cross you, Shimizu-sama.
Ha!
I will tell everyone I know to step aside, for the great samurai Shimizu-sama of Ikcho is in town.
Hi! You should tell them that I am in town. I would greet anyone who comes to see me. I will tell them of my deeds.
As soon as we lock the gates for the evening, I will make my way immediately to one of the dojos. I will tell them that you are in town, and if there are challengers, I am sure you'll find them there.
I am not here to defeat other samurai. I am here on a peaceful mission just to view this beautiful city. I am not here to fight.
Of course. Although there are ways of fighting that do not draw blood, Shimizu-sama.
Of course. I would be happy to bring a boken and see who could, well, perhaps last a few seconds with me.
I have a boy at home where I live in Machiyama. I will tell him. Tonight before bed, he will smile, no doubt, knowing that such a famed figure is here in Shao-King.
Good. Just remember your duty to your lord and daimyo, and his heir, Inogami Ishi-sama, and he will be proud of you one day, certainly.
I, myself and Shinji, we are lowly guards. We do our duty without question, and sometimes even cover our ears.
Huh? What did you hear that you would cover your ears?
Oh, you have a quick head upon your shoulders, Shimizu. You may be good with a blade, but you will not talk Geisen-sama into spilling any secrets. Now, move along into town. Move along.
Hey, well, if you do wish to share a cup of sake later, my uncle, Hidetaka-san, would be certain to have a drink with you and speak of life.
Oh, I would be happy to do that, but I am not a samurai of means. My family lives in Machiyama, and we barely make it day to day.
Do not worry about it. We will pay the koku for you.
Oh, you bless me too much, Shimizu.
Well, I see a kindred spirit in you. What was your name?
My name is Temuro Geisen.
Tomorrow, Geisen-san. He gives him a bow, maybe a little too deep. It is... your fortunes can change. A god one day, a war hero the next. You never know.
It is true. Glory in battle sometimes finds the most unlikely samurai.
Hey. Well, Uncle, you tell us where the famous tea houses are of Shao-King, and I'm sure we will see you there later tonight.
Yes, we will meet at one of the famed tea houses and share wonderful drinks and perhaps games of Go.
So the two kind of entertainment establishments, or bigger ones, are the Palace of Pleasure, which is a big geisha house. There's also like a theater called Urokabi Theater.
Yeah.
They're kind of next to each other.
Is it even an option?
yeah, Shimizu. I know which my uncle will choose.
I think the Palace of Pleasure will be an excellent place for us to spend our evening.
Hey, I will meet you there just after sundown. Again, Shimizu-sama, Hidetaka-sama, I am honored.
You do us honor, thank you. Tell everyone you know I have come.
I will do that.
Yeah, Hisoka's up ahead a little bit with Hibbiki as this kind of transpires, and he kind of a little aside with her. I think after this, Shimizu-sama may be as high as a flying lantern.
I do agree. I think that his flame needs to be extinguished soon before it starts to light the rest of the area aflame.
Indeed, and we might want to see about... he kind of looks towards Hidetaka. The Palace of Pleasure, it was called.
Hi, Ishi-sama suggested looking into it. It might be good to let both Shimizu and Hidetaka go there to see if they can loosen the lips of the geisha, if possible. This might
I
be a
suppose I
good
see
thing.
wise. In a sense, though I
I
have a
do-
feeling with him so high, and Hidetaka has a habit of bobbing like a ship upon the ocean. Once he gets too far, you understand.
Would you like to go with them, Hisoka-san?
I think not. Perhaps we should see about one of those plays.
I do not know about plays. I do wish to visit some of the other Shugenja within the city to inspect and see for myself the area and see if they sense anything, if possible. The other thing we should look for, she looks over to Hisoka plainly, is to see maybe if we can find whispers of your other daughter being here.
Yeah, there's a rather quiet and it's kind of this very serene look that passes over Hisoka's face, basically, as you say this. He seems to think on it for a moment. You are right. I'm sure my wife and daughter are here somewhere. I was going to ask the guards, but they said the merchants were quite aggressive. I'm sure perhaps they see far too many people.
We will see. We will keep an eye out for them and ask those who we can.
Thank
But,
you, Hibiki-san.
of course, Hisoka-san, we do have a mission to accomplish. But it is... family is just as important.
And you see, it's pretty much just the two of you up ahead a little bit, and it's pretty clear when you see his face that he's not even trying to maintain face. It's completely fallen aside, and he has a wide smile, completely brazen, when you mention family in that regard, as he continues on into the city quietly.
And continue into the city you do. As you enter the city, you pass through these heavy iron and wooden doors, and on either side of you, large mountains raise up. But then there's also buildings and stalls and lots of different vendors hawking their wares. And the sun is getting lower, and people are kind of closing up their shops for the evening. But then there's also people kind of bartering and heckling about prices as you walk into the city. This is Shao-King is larger than Ikcho. It may be the largest city that many of you have come to, unless you visited some of the other ones.
Yeah, I imagine Hisoka's probably the only one who's seen the big stuff.
Yep. So there you go.
Yeah,
So, go ahead.
yeah. No, Shimizu. He's not saying anything, but he's walking kind of like a peacock, right? He's got his back all straight and seems very pleased with himself at being noticed for his deeds, even though they're trying to stay stealthy. That completely, just goes over his head.
Yeah, Onizuka has looked a bit dour and rubbing his head, and ever since the interaction at the front gate, appears very sweaty. He's looking around, keeping a watchful eye.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You basically need, figure out what you're going to do now that you're in town.
After a while, Onizuka thinks, and We should see about procuring some lodging, since I expect we are going to be here for some time.
Getting some lodging is very important, and Shimizu, I do have some advice for you, as we are supposed to be more gathering information ourselves than others gathering information on you. You might want to be careful with how you present yourself, no matter how many compliments and accolades that you receive from others.
Well, it could draw attention away from Uncle Hidetaka. If everyone wants to see me and speak to me, it leaves you to do whatever it is you're going to do.
I suppose, although if we all stay together, perhaps drawing attention to you just draws attention to those following.
Don't stay with me then.
Well, in fairness to my nephew, he has not yet allowed anyone to take ukiyo prints or do his calligraphic signature for anyone, so we still have some time in that regard. I think we are quite on a timer anyway, as word of the battle that occurred may soon reach the city, and if anyone recognizes us by name or otherwise, then, well, things become much more difficult than now.
Yeah,
But
you notice, oh, go ahead.
no, he looks at Hisoka and like, but there were none that escaped from his army, right? So how do they know it was us that defeated them?
I must admit I did instruct the hunters to remove any problems.
Do you not think that some peasants could not be convinced to be disloyal, even if Ishi-sama and ourselves were the ones who aided them?
I suppose this is true.
You must prepare for every eventuality, even something so disdainful as treachery. One thing at a time. I think we should try to find some lodging, perhaps not the best, so that we are not immediately associated there.
Although, of course, we do not wish to look poorly to any of the residents, lest they treat us differently.
Shimizu. I am Minamoto Shimizu. Should I not stay in one of the finer places in the city? It would be expected.
Small sigh from Hisoka. Then, how about you and Hidetaka-san see about this Palace of Pleasure, was it?
That is not typically an overnight establishment. Well, not for many nights in a row. I mean, more for if we are going to stay here many days, several days. Staying at the Palace of Pleasure is more an evening event.
I see.
But I see the wisdom in what you are saying. My nephew and I will seek perhaps high estate lodging, and Hisoka-sama and Hibbiki-sama perhaps seek more middle end, just to stay under our opponent's noses. After all, if Hibbiki-sama is captured or put in danger, it will cause issue and put Ishi-sama at a disadvantage.
Hisoka kind of turns to Hibbiki. Does this suit you, Hibbiki-sama?
No, and she turns to Hidetaka. If you are to go to the Palace of Pleasure, then attempt to see, as the letter has stated, to see if these geisha are as tight-lipped as it says, as rumor has it, or if they know anything, because you are, well, at your best, very charming, uncle.
You say this advice as if I was not already going to practice it. it had already occurred to me that the Geisha of the Palace of Pleasure might be a good source of information in this matter. And of course, good company.
Ah, and do not forget the guard and what he had slipped. That he closes his ears. He might know something, uncle, and you, if anyone, can pry it out.
Indeed. I will speak with that man. Preferably when I have not had too many cups of sake.
Ah, I think you do your best work when you are a few cups of sake deep.
Indeed, but I also wish to remember what he tells me.
He looks.
I think your judgment might be impaired there, Shimizu, for your head might be too big to fit through any sort of doorway in the city. You should be careful when you move.
Hisoka
Yeah, go ahead.
has his scarf up over his mouth.
He literally, like, touches his head. What is wrong with my head?
I think perhaps she simply means your top knot is too long. Or tall.
You think that I am letting these accolades get to me, cousin? Not at all. This is all a stratagem.
How exactly is this a stratagem, Shimizu?
I let them come to me and adore me, and it takes the focus off of you.
Shimizu, I have seen this strategy that you have played in Go against Uncle Hidetaka, and unfortunately this particular strategy did not work.
There is no one here as skilled as Uncle in Go.
Do not be so certain. I have not been to Shao-King in many years. I would not be surprised if some young prodigy exists in this place that could challenge me. Unlike my family.
My thanks, but I'm not exactly that skilled.
Oh, I was not referring to you, but perhaps another.
I see.
Apologies for the misunderstanding, Hisoka-san. Anyway, I think we should be off at this point then. The day grows dim, and we should perhaps get to the Palace of Pleasure while the evening is early, before it becomes too crowded or unruly.
I agree. Perhaps I will have a cup of sake myself, so when someone comes to challenge me with a what are they called?
Bucking. Not like Doc in the van.
Yeah. They will have a bit of a chance.
Hibbiki-sama and Hisoka-sama certainly procure lodging, but you are cunning of mind, Hibbiki-chan. I am sure you will find a way to perform some of your own investigation in this time.
Uncle, Hisoka-san and I will make sure to do our due diligence and get as much information as we can, and we will make sure to inform you both of anything that we find. I would say the same, but I will also say enjoy your sake and stay safe.
Of course. Kansuke! He turns around and looks at his Budoka.
Yes, Hidetaka-sama.
You will also travel with Hibbiki-sama and Hisoka-sama and provide protection to them.
Surely it would be my honor to serve you once more in such a fashion, Hidetaka-sama. I will not let them out of my sight.
Very good.
So Kansuke is coming with us?
Yes. I have my nephew for protection when I need my Budoka.
It's fair.
So
Magica.
you walk the rest of the way through the bazaar. There are hawkers on either side trying to sell you various wares. Masks, tools, and other implements, fine clothing. You reach hand sanitizer. You reach the end of the bazaar, and to your right, you see glittering water of North Pond, and across that, you see what looks to be like almost a shanty town up at the first part of the mountains. A similar kind of low-income looking areas in front of you, and to the left, the dwellings look of higher quality. Let me know where you guys want to go. So basically, the kind of by income area, the court of courtiers is kind of where the dignitaries stay and members of the court. Machirichi's kind of upper class samurai, and then the Machi Isa and Machiyama are the lower income places. You can also see that the heads of various families have estates on the outskirts of Shao-King, namely Inogami and the Ichikawa family.
So, my plan is Palace of Pleasure, and then Machirichi District, wherever there's lodging there, because my nephew is high class samurai. So we're gonna live high class, and we're gonna roll on.
Yeah.
Definitely Machirichi for places to stay. And I know Hibiki wants to go to the Temple Jin to talk with the other.
Yeah, Hisoka actually would have an idea probably of where his wife might hang out, which is probably not great.
That's where we're going.
Yes.
Oh, the poor boy. The poor boy. He doesn't deserve it.
Hidetaka's gonna be like, oh, look at you! You have become a geisha.
Oh, you're nice and strong. I've
You
seen you
look
before.
like my cousin's wife. Very good.
Wait, you are my cousin's wife. This is not in Bushido.
I discovered this far too late.
I apologize, cousin. I had no idea. I was so drunk.
She took off the makeup and just...
But she was very strong. You chose wisely.
Speaking of strong, I was gonna say, the fucking place she'd be most likely to hang out if she's just gonna hang out would be around a fucking dojo. Because she's a fucking lion berserker. So... that would be the first place Hisoka would think to look.
Oh, no wonder she hates you if she's a lion berserker.
She's a fucking lion berserker. That's why she hates the wasp who follows wasp code.
Doesn't he have a katana?
Lion berserkers are incredibly dedicated to Bushido. Honor in particular. But she's gotten in some trouble with that now. She's that fed up with Hisoka and his ways of not giving a shit about Bushido.
Maybe I'll duel her and kill her for you.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's what's gonna end up happening. Hisoka will be like, well, let me just check out the fucking dojo. And she'll be like, oh, you fucker, this is my chance. But yeah, Hisoka would kind of relay that, he's not sure where she could be. The dojo would be a decent enough bet because their daughter, too, she always tries to... Because his first daughter kind of takes after him skill-wise more so. With archery and stuff, but the mother has always wanted her to kind of take up as a berserker, so that would be his first bet.
All right, so we can get a move on. So you guys split up?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll have first scene. I think. Let me know if sight fails me, but so we'll do Shimizu and Hidetaka.
God, Kensuke's gonna be there to see my wife be like a total bitch. Oh,
You just have to kill him.
This is exactly what I expected.
I
Okay,
know.
we'll see. Let's take these. Go over to top down.
Oh god, that one.
You just saw that gif.
I've seen
Yeah,
that one
that's-
before. It's
It's Hidetaka.
Not that fast.
Can everybody see fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So as you walk through town, you part ways, and Onizuka, Hidetaka, and Shimizu kind of see up ahead, down the road to the right, a crowd of people kind of out in the street. And as they approach closer and closer, lovely smells, perfume, food, sake coming down the street, and they can also hear lilting music and the voices of geishas kind of raised in song.
Well, Uncle, a new tea house for you.
Oh, I would not call it new. It has been a long time, but I once visited here long ago, though I do not remember the evening.
Well, I am interested to see. I will remain with only a few cups of sake to keep us safe.
Of course, as I expect from a dutiful samurai. This is my nephew, though do not be too dutiful. He kind of jabs his shoulder.
Well, my lord is many miles away, and you are my uncle. So, I follow what you do.
I would say it is best to follow an old idiom. Do as I say, not as I do. Starts to head in.
Shimizu thinks about that for a second and is a bit confused by it at first, and then follows.
Back. There we go. All right. Dynamic lighting should be on. You should be able to see stuff.
Everything's fine to me.
Yes.
All right. So as you walk in, let me throw out a couple NPCs here.
This is a very nice map, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies everywhere.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. So as you as you walk in, one of the ladies greets you. Greetings, men. How does this evening find you? Welcome to the Palace of Pleasure.
This is my uncle, Hidetaka-sama. He is a great man.
And this is my nephew, Shimizu-sama. You might have heard of him, Miyamoto Shimizu? Also a great man and samurai. And this evening finds us well as we are in such lovely company. Thank you.
It is our duty to make ourselves lovely for you, so that we may show you the true artistry that is geisha.
Well, I am interested to see, but I think perhaps a few drinks will be required, just for my nerves.
Oh, she knows who you are. What the heck?
Oh my god.
And you walk in, and one of the other geisha is heading down the hallway. She's about to show you into the sake, and they see you walk in, and Miyamoto, you hear hushed voices down the hallway. He's here! He is here! Word is spreading throughout Shao-King that the great champion Miyamoto Shimizu is here! Hey ladies, mind your powder, mind your komodo. Make sure your obi is not crooked. There will be a high roller here tonight.
Shimizu nudges Hidetaka. Ha! Yes, I am Miyamoto Shimizu. Well, shall we I was called to the tea room.
Hi, it may be my pleasure to serve you, Miramoto Shimizu-sama. And she comes and grabs your hand and says, "Let me lead you this way." And the other geisha, who's like a, this one's like a 10, and the other geisha is like a 5. that gets Hidetaka.
Yeah, Shimizu would actually push off the good one on Hidetaka. He's not interested in really that kind of. He's really not. So he just likes being noticed. You should go with my uncle. He has lots more experience in such houses of pleasure, and he would certainly more appreciate your arts than I. I am just here for the sake. And your biwa playing, of course.
Oh, I will do whatever you desire, Shimizu-sama. And if Hidetaka-sama, your uncle, can handle 2 geishas serving him at once, then it would be our pleasure.
Uncle?
I think 2 would be a good start. Thank you, nephew.
Hey.
Yeah, they hold your hand and lead you back towards one of the tea rooms. And as you get closer and closer, the music changes, and as you enter one of the tea rooms, let's see, we'll go this one, right? Go this way. Ghosts. As you enter one of the tea rooms, there are other kind of Dragon Clan samurai there. There are geishas. They are all having some sake. And at the head of the table, what was the name of that instrument you?
The biwa. It's like a stringed big string
They
thing.
use that big thing that looks like a paddle to play.
Yep.
There's an especially beautiful, although slightly older geisha kind of at the head of the table, singing and playing, and as you enter, one of the songs is over. You hear clapping. Some of the other samurai goes, "Very well, very well. Your voice is as beautiful as the tales say. Never let it be said that Gisela the Swan is losing her gift." And she is humble and thanks the samurai.
Well, uncle, shall we go forth?
Of course. I merely wanted to allow the performance to conclude, so we did not interrupt anything. Biwa playing is a very delicate skill.
They are not so good in Ikcho.
No, they are good at other things.
He's got no idea.
Yeah. I know.
The 2 geishas kind of lead you to have a seat with the others. And Gisela the Swan continues to play. And let's see something here. See if they recognize who you are, Shimizu.
I certainly hope so.
Yep. So tell me what it looks like as you walk in, and perhaps the geisha that's escorting you introduces you, but everybody kind of turns to you and stares.
Shimizu, Good evening. And he just comes in. You do not need to stand on my account. This is a place of pleasure. Relax.
Yeah, at least one of the Bushi has stood and says, "Hi, you are as kind as you are fearsome in battle, or so the stories say. Hey, all of you, it is Miyamoto Shimizu-sama. He hails from the northern lake town of Ikcho."
Yes, Ikcho is beautiful, but so is Shao-King.
Shao-King is indeed beautiful. There is one samurai that seems to be a little deeper in his cups, and he mutters something like, "Or at least it used to be beautiful." And the geisha massages his shoulders. "Oh, now, do not say such harsh words. This is a place of beauty. Forget your worries."
Shimizu nods. It is fine. Please, speak your mind.
"I am sorry. It seems that my tongue was going faster than my brain. It is not wise to speak ill of the very town in which I was raised. Come, let us listen to Gisela the Swan. She can sing of sadness that reflects mine own. Have a seat next to me, Shimizu-sama,
Hi.
and bring the old man too."
This is Hidetaka-sama, my uncle. And your name is?
"My name is Amori Tomio."
It is well met, Tomio-san.
Oops, changed it on the geisha. Show nameplate. There we go. Who is this man that is with you?
This is my uncle, Hidetaka-sama.
It is my honor, Hidetaka-sama.
And to you as well, he says Tomio.
Yes.
Tomio-sama. Wow. He has a seat. And I have always found that a good remedy for one's troubles, if not a permanent remedy, at least a temporary respite, is some sake, the sound of a lovely biwa, and a few games of Go. He starts to unpack his Go board.
As you do that, Tomio looks on and smiles. He takes a sip of his sake and hands an empty cup to the geisha, who disappears and soon will return with a new one. "I am a bit of a game player myself, Hidetaka-sama."
Oh, then that would make two of us in this room at least. Though my nephew has had a few victories against me, this is over the course of a few decades now. And to be honest, I have lacked a great challenge in Ikcho.
Shimizu kind of gives him a smile. You have many more decades of experience than I do, old man.
Indeed, but with time, you shall have my experience as well. And the experience of me beating you in Go all along the way.
At least you can beat me at something, uncle.
This is true.
But I will enjoy watching you play Go against Tomio-san.
"Very well. Set the board. I will get another cup of sake and then we can start. In the meantime, listen to the sweet sound of Gisela. You know, she used to be the main courtesan for the general, right?"
Oh, I was not aware. It has been some time since I had a deep understanding of Shao-King's politics. Though, of course, I do not wish to pry. It would be nice to better understand the situation, even myself being a man of very minor repute, perhaps not the best reputation.
There are few places now in Shao-King that the man can speak freely, enjoy sake and beautiful music and beautiful women. I will tell you more, but first we must play.
Indeed. A game of Go is crucial to better understanding each other. As friends, as adversaries, as everything.
Well, let us be adversaries in the game of Go, and perhaps after the night has worn its course, we will be fast friends, Hidetaka-sama. These days, it is never a good thing to turn away a potential ally.
There is good wisdom that I have not heard from such a young-looking man. Forgive my disrespect. I do not mean to imply that you're youthful if you are not.
Hey, none taken. I dare say that I probably have a few years less on my shoulders than you have on yours, Onizuka.
I would expect more than a few. The years have weighed so heavily on my shoulders that they have shortened my height.
As they start to play Go, you see, Shimizu, that Temoru Gaiden has entered the room and makes eye contact with you.
Yeah, he waves him over. Ah! Gaisen-san, come join us! My uncle is about to play Go with Demore-san.
Oh, well then, Tomio is a Go player of some renown. Tell your uncle to keep his gold pieces hidden. He may lose them all if he's not careful.
Oh, I very much doubt that, Gaisen-san. But come, join me. You, he waves over to Geisha, get my friend some sake and some entertainment.
Yep, she disappears and gets him sake, and he has a seat, and they start to play. As they start to play, that scene will fade, though, and we're going to go back to Hibbiki and Hisoka.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Get cocked.
All he wants to do is roll.
I rolled the go.
Oh, did you roll?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll do it. Hang on.
It's just the roll at least, and then if we come back to it, it's fine. But I just wanted to
Fucking
see.
just blue.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
38. I was like, yeah.
Of all the shit to blue ball you over, it's not the fucking Geisha, but it's the goddamn games roll.
Let's see.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Oh, he has untrained.
Nice. It's always the prior.
Oh, untrained. He's gonna lose.
Oh, no.
He can't explode.
He might roll.
He can't explode.
Yeah.
Miramoto Fane, is that the right?
No, this has a different name on them.
Ah,
I reuse the icon. Something else.
cool. You won. You did it.
So tell me what that looks like as you clean the house in the first game.
Yeah, so he uses a practiced method and strategy that has beat his nephew and niece over many years. And though he makes a few variations, it is rather straightforward. He takes the last piece. And perhaps I need to get as suitably in my cups. You seem to have had a bit to drink, and I have come in here quite sober. Perhaps another game after I have had a few cups of sake, Tomio-sama?
Hey, or perhaps I have had too many already.
Is there such a thing?
You are quick-witted, as you are skilled in games of Go, Onizuka.
I have to be something. I am no longer as quick with the blade as I once was. I should try to keep my mind and tongue somewhat sharp to defend myself somehow.
All right, now at this point, the scene will fade, and we're going to go to the the other crew. Give me just a quick 3 minutes to change this tonight.
Cool. No
Need to
problem.
take a quick
I'm
bath
not
break or
recording.
something. Okay, here we go.
I'm glad we sent them.
Yeah.
So I don't have to make a fidelity roll.
Champion of games.
Ground
I
level.
mean, I'm about to have to roll lecture at some point, so.
Why roll?
You
Just
say that.
just do it. Shimizu's like, you
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead. I'll take
Yeah,
care of
true.
it.
You don't need to resist.
It depends
I mean,
on the context. I might
Yeah.
have to try.
the context. The Geisha's trying to pry info out of you. For the...
Well, not necessarily that, but I might be
Oh,
trying to
fine.
get information
she's trying
and
to pry something else out of you.
then be taken by being pried out.
You fought so hard to not mix words with the "be taken" part.
Yeah.
Shimizu
Watch
just
the
want. He's like, yes, it is me. Come, everyone, come see me.
Oh my!
I will not touch you because I am a virgin samurai and I know nothing about this.
I would like to remain a virgin for 40 years.
Yeah.
And
I
then
must keep my wizard
I will
powers.
be a wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
right.
magic.
I become a Shugenja.
I cruise in the
Oh,
mountains.
oh my god!
Hibiki's gonna lose her powers, or she already should have.
Oh no!
Could you imagine what a disastrous world this would be in a world where someone, if they were a virgin for 30 years, became magic?
Yes, that would be
Just
bad.
think about the
It
disaster.
would be bad.
It would be so fucking bad.
It'd be an incel power cord.
Right.
God.
We'd be powerless.
Okay,
Oh Christ.
let me pull you to the overview of the temple, and then I'm gonna go take a bathroom break real quick.
Incel power cult.
I'm gonna get some water.
I will keep drinking my tea.
And you should be here. Everybody should be able to see that.
Right.
Yes.
All right, be right back.
Indeedy. Oh, that's right. We're going to the temple first. This is cool. You know, this is actually quite fun because Hisoka's used to going to temples and shit.
So it's Hidetaka.
Yeah. Got what is that again? That fucking ability. Favored by the kami or some shit. Inner gift and stuff, as well as touch of the spiritual realm. Yeah.
That's fucking immortalized now, huh?
What? Oh, the incel power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's fucking hilarious.
I thought it was accurate. Because I don't know who else is accumulating power at that point.
I mean, really,
Ah, yes.
I guess-
yes, power.
really fierce single Christians.
Why is Krizat back?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what the incels sound like. yes, have all magic powers now.
Rat people.
All hunched over. It's
Oh
literally
my
just
God.
the Council of 13 from Warhammer. It's a bunch of fucking rats around a table making power decisions for them wizard shit.
It's got the plague and everything. It's
Mm.
well, I guess stands to point that they would have less diseases.
Yeah, they would be disease free.
Yep.
Yeah, they'd be free of a lot of things.
Not mental illness, but every other illness, yes.
Yeah.
They would hold the monopoly on mental illness.
The problem with the
Wow,
incel
shame
power
at all.
cult is they would have to get out. They would have to actually leave their
Oh,
parents'
yeah.
house.
They would
Yeah.
have to actually go out and live.
If you would take away the
God.
if you take away the internet, they
Terrible.
would be destroyed. And like
Yeah.
4chan.
Maybe. Well,
Yeah.
they'd be locally.
I
They'd
think
be
about getting rid of
locally
my internet
contained
every day.
disasters. So, like, in like the middle of rural Arkansas, there's just a dude who
Right.
can conjure up firestorms. And
Yeah, he's fucking tilling his field and shit, and all of a sudden he causes like a fucking earthquake when he brings the hoe down.
I don't know that
there's
there
no
would
hose
be.
on that farm.
I don't know that there would be that
So-
many incels like in very rural U.S. because they could find like.
No,
I mean,
they fuck their cousins, don't
right?
they?
Yeah, it would be.
Sheep.
Oh man,
Does
oh
that
man.
count?
What is this
Ugh.
even? What is this gotten to? This is just
It's a
It devolved. You gave us 4 minutes alone with
You gave us
to
4
ruminate
minutes
on
to
what an
read
incel
Ghost
power
Story.
cult looks like, and this is where it went.
Oh my.
Just cut that part. That's not for YouTube.
Oh, please leave this in.
Oh, I
No,
never, I
right.
never cut anything. Come on.
Jesus.
incel power cult.
Incel power.
Well, fuck. There goes the incel demographic.
Good
We've
band
lost,
There goes
we've lost
precisely
them.
0% of our viewers.
What fucking viewers? Oof. Oof. Oh, it hurts.
Not by rivers. Please, let's go on now.
Oh my god. It would be a sick band name. Think about that. I'd listen to Incel Power Cult.
I'm sorry. Will.
It's
I
like
shouldn't- I shouldn't
fucking
have
metal
done it.
step.
I shouldn't have done it.
People band. They're just like
The songs are like,
Let's
I
I
can't
need
get
to
laid,
go
I
on
hate
Fiverr.
women.
let's
I
get
need to
back
go
on
on
track.
Fiverr
Okay,
and
okay,
design the label for that.
Let's-
I can't-
we
I
got
can't
we
go.
have a half hour after this. Let's get
I'm
back
sorry.
on track. Thank you, Will.
Let's see. All right, let's get stuff set up here.
I looked up Incel Power Cult. And the first or second thing aside from Incel on Wikipedia is Incel, the online cult for sad, sexless young men is terrorism.
Oh, jeez, people. All right, should see everything. More somber music. Okay, you guys can see stuff. So, you you let Shimizu and Onizuka peel off from you. Give them a wave as they kind of head to Palace of Pleasure, whereas you are going somewhere certainly not as raucous and somewhere certainly more contemplative. It's a fair walk. It's probably better part of a half hour through the city, and then the city starts to break up, and there's kind of jagged hills with cliffs. You can see the mountains that are in the middle of town. Mount Yuma, I think it was called, is rising on your right. And as the sun sets, the moon starts to rise overhead, and you can see it glimmer off of Peak Pond, and then eventually flickering lights up on your hill. See what looks like a temple or shrine of some sort. As you get closer and closer, it's a fairly quiet atmosphere. There are a few monks gathering firewood that you pass by, and they kind of fall in behind you and go up and enter the temple. But as you make your way towards the temple, no one seems to pay you any mind.
Yeah, Hisoka looks fairly comfortable, fairly serene. He kind of reflects the atmosphere. He's very relaxed here, and it's quite visible on him. He doesn't break face or anything, though, as he follows along with Hibbiki.
He makes steps to head up to the temple itself, gazing around the courtyard to take it all in. She glances back at Hisoka let's just keep eyes out to see if anything is amiss. I do not wish to give them reason to doubt our visit.
What would be amiss here?
In case they sense something amiss or there is some form of... I do not know if the taint has reached here yet, but I wish to be careful.
Do you think it could have infected the temple?
I
Of
don't
all the places, I wouldn't think.
It can worm its way into many places. We must take light steps and be aware.
Ooh, nice map switch.
Yep. As you enter the temple, you can hear low chanting sounds. It's like a Zen Buddhist monk type chanting. There is the smell of incense as you walk in, and the place is immaculately clean. Contrasted to the festive atmosphere near the Palace of Pleasure, this is more serene as the moon rises overhead and you step inside the temple. That fragrance of incense fills your nostrils.
Yeah, Hisoka kind of steps up, and I don't know what protocol there would be. I believe you wash your feet and your hands and everything before heading in a temple in Rokugan. And kind of those sort of steps. So Hisoka very much takes his time, making sure to follow all of the protocol. If need be, he'd ask one of the monks nearby. Presumably there'd be 1 to 10 visitors, but he'd kind of follow all the simple little rituals for this shrine, in this particular temple, and head on in quietly.
Mm-hmm. And as you head in, you see that near one of the shrines in the temple, is supposed to be a Shugenja, who is knelt in meditation. They hear you step in, and she rises to come to greet you. Welcome to Temple Jin. My name is Kitsuki Ketsu. What brings you to see us tonight? Have you perhaps come to share an offering or find peace of mind and meditation and mindfulness of the void?
Hibbiki bows to Ketsu. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Kitsuki Hibbiki from Ikcho. And this is my traveling companion, Tsuruji Hisoka.
Hisoka bows as well.
We have come to pay respects and pray to and seek knowledge in the void. And as I have not voyaged to Shao-King in quite a while, I had a few questions, if it were possible to have them answered.
Hey, very well. Oh, come in. Leave your shoes at the doors, and I will introduce you to our many priests.
And Hibbiki does so, and will follow behind Kitsuki Ketsu.
Mm-hmm. And you see, as you walk in, there are probably look like acolytes or monks with shaved heads, and they all have very drab clothes on, very dark robes, like extremely dark brown. They wear simple sandals. They each seem to be paired with one of the Shugenja, or I don't know in the setting like what one of the more high ones would be called, a priest or a.
I don't know that there's a different name for him. There might be. I don't know.
Yeah, Shugenja are all pretty much spiritual in the hierarchy.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some that are like higher rank or whatever. So,
yeah, generally speaking, it's kind of vague.
Yeah, so they kind of lead you around here, and As they lead you around, again, this place is kind of immaculately kept. There are shrines here and there. There's incense burning. Ketsu comes and introduces you to another Shugenja who is knelt in meditation in front of a statue. This is Merumoto Fane. He is our sensei, our teacher of the ways of things spiritual and arcane. I'm sure that he would be glad to answer your questions as well, Hibiki-sama. And she bows. Fane, sensing them kind of come around to the left, looks a little, at first, upset that he's been disturbed from his meditation. Then his eyes kind of turn towards you. Hey, Ketsu-sama? Do we have visitors? And she simply nods and kind of backs away a little bit so you can talk to Fane.
And I think I mentioned this before, and it came up in regards to like Shugenja, but I do have the inner gift and touched by the spirit realm, so all of those kind of mentioned things regarding the kami and stuff that would be vaguely, presumably, up to you, detectable by Shugenja, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's to do directly with the kami and the spirit realms. Yeah, so Hisoka gives a bow, but kind of waits and lets Hibiki, as the resident Shugenja, kind of take care of things.
Hibiki bows to Miyamoto Fane. Thank you for seeing us, Miyamoto Fane-sama. I am Kitsuki Hibiki, a Shugenja from Ikcho. And I just had a few questions, if you had but a moment of time.
Oh, of course. What is on your mind, Hibiki-sama? Can I get you a cup of tea while we chat?
Oh no, but thank you so much.
And you will not mind, at least, if I have my monk fetch me a cup of tea.
I do not mind at all.
Yeah, the monk kind of disappears for a while and comes back with something, and he sips as he listens to Hibiki.
He comes over and kneels down by Miyamoto Fane. She gestures over to Hisoka. This is my traveling companion, Tsuruchi Hisoka.
Hisoka gives a very deep bow. It is my great pleasure to meet you, Fane-sama.
Hi. It is not often these days we have visitors to the temple. There have been rumors of unrest in the countryside. In such situations, people tend to keep to themselves. They seldom trust things spiritual, things they do not understand. It is a good thing we have a strong relationship with the palace, however.
Do you truly? Hisoka definitely does his best to hide it. He's usually pretty good at that, but there's some concern.
If it's possible to use sense at all, to see if Hibiki can sense just the kami in the area, just to see how they're reacting in the temple itself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You sense, you probably are Earth, right? So you can do sense Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
Yep. The odd thing, though, there's kami all around, but almost the same as with Inogami Tai. They seem to not come as close to Miyamoto Fane or Ketsu. And Hisoka. Why don't both of you guys give me an investigation perception roll?
Alrighty. Investigation. Hisoka makes a habit of visiting temples and shrines whenever he's nearby, pretty much. So I imagine he's kind of on the lookout for anything weird about this place after Hibiki mentioned that earlier.
And give me a lore check.
Ooh. Just general lore, I assume.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, I have nature lore, but I think I'll use a void point to count this as trained, just in case. I'm glad I did.
Very good. Yeah, you notice it. Hibiki doesn't quite notice it, but you notice it that the tea that the monk brought back to the Shugenja has a very strong smell to it. You have never seen this before, but you've read about this pungent smell of jade petal tea. You know that it is a type of tea that can keep the taint at bay.
Yeah. Specifically for people usually who have the taint and want to keep it from manifesting too much. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, there is I feel like I need to make some kind of roll to keep face here. I feel like it would be weird not to. Because that's a pretty startling revelation. I mean, that's big.
Etiquette?
Etiquette? Yeah, alright. So yeah, let's see how well... Yeah, Hisoka manages to steel himself pretty well. And his face is calm and peaceful and serene, as it was on your way in. He doesn't say or do anything, kind of listening along to your conversation.
I'm sorry, Hibiki-sama. What was your question again?
Hibiki took a moment just to sense the calming in the area and feeling that just the area around both Ketsu and Fane is similar to Inogami Tai. There is a hesitation as Hibiki was about to be a bit more honest with her questioning. And she looks to Muramoto Fane, taking a moment to look towards the statue here, and then look back to Muramoto Fane. Well, as I do not know if you've heard of what happened in Ikcho recently. About a month ago, there seemed to have been these attacks that came about that were very concerning. I, being one of the resident Shugenja, I am not sure exactly what is going on in this area, but there seems to be unrest from the kami after these attacks. I have tried to assess on what has happened, but I cannot gain any true insight. It seems things in Ikcho are cloudy after so many deaths. I was wondering if maybe you could shed some light or maybe give insight into what might be happening. And Hibiki, she's kind of lying through her ass at this point, trying to circumvent the question she was going to ask and asking a completely different question.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything. I feel like there was a thing for getting across kind of a hidden message to someone else in court. Would that just be a courtier role, or?
Yeah.
Hisoka wants to kind of try and warn Hibiki without making it obvious that we should go soon.
Mm-hmm. I do want Hibiki to give me a check for etiquette.
But because
Let's try this thing here.
Uh-oh. He's a magic boy. Oh no.
No. I did not hear of such news from Ikcho. Shao-King has a long and storied history with Ikcho. We have long been allies. Surely this has to do with the unrest in the valley. Please tell me more. What do you know? This situation does seem to have unnerved you, at least to some small extent, Hibiki-sama. I can tell you are trembling at least a little bit.
And Abiki looks to her hands, and as they slightly tremble, she grabs onto them and attempts to take a deep breath before responding to Fane. Well, there seemed to have been a group of ninjas who attacked the city of Ikcho, taking the lives of many, including both my mother and my father. A very traumatic attack it was. Many, many other lives were taken in the city as well. Many people of import. And the daimyo's son was gravely injured. I had tried to assess exactly what was going on and try to search for something, but it just seemed like there was some sort of shadow hovering over Ikcho, casting its gaze upon us. I could not get any further readings from this.
You are very close to this disaster, indeed, Hibiki. I would like to talk more at length. Hisoka, are you from Ikcho as well? What do you know of this disaster?
Yeah, Hisoka gives a soft nod. Indeed, I do not hail from Ikcho, but am traveling currently, working for the dragon in the area, at the whim of my lords back in the south. Yeah, he's keeping rather quiet and careful, to say the least. Not expounding on anything much. I cannot say that I am close in the same way as Hibiki-san. She is tied keenly to the kami. I am in a different way. But indeed, something is certainly amiss. Assassins don't simply just attack out of nowhere and then disappear. It seems odd.
It certainly does seem odd. And yes, I do sense that the kami grace you, Hisoka-sama. You are no ordinary samurai from the south. It may be Providence that brought you here, no?
You truly think so?
Miramoto feigned at this point, the monk on his right, he goes, hey! He kind of looks down to his right, and the monk goes over and quickly shuts a tome, a book that was laying open in front of the statue. And I would like both Hibiki and Hisoka to do investigation perception to see if they pick up what exactly it was.
Eyes of a hawk.
That's over 20. You guys are both over 20.
Aha!
Yep. You see a diagram in there of a ritual of blood magic, and he shuts it tight, and he looks at you.
Should we both make another etiquette roll?
Yeah, this is bad.
I feel like it's a pro. I mean, thinking that they have something to do with taint is one thing. Blood magic is call the emperor level bad, right? I mean, like, literally, like, okay, we need to bring the fucking rabbit clan in. We need to, like, call the fucking popo. Everything. I'm going to use a thing on this. I'm going to use avoid. because I don't want to fuck this up.
Neither one of you break face at all.
Yeah, Hisoka, kind of, still not breaking face or anything. Quite. Yes, I suppose perhaps, but. And he kind of looks out the window, and it's dusk in a bit now, right?
Yes, it's nighttime.
Yeah, and he looks to Hibbiki. Ah, it is getting late, isn't it? We do need to still secure our lodging for the night. Perhaps we could come again to speak with you, Fane.
Certainly, you can come back any time, but don't leave so soon. You hear Hisoka in particular. You hear something coming from upstairs. You hear the voice of a girl. Unhand me! Get off of me! No!
Oh no. Is it what I think it is?
It's Saruchi Hisoka.
Alright.
And you see her kind of come down the stairs, kind of in the company of what looks like a Shugenja. They don't even know you're there or pay you any mind. They proceed to go over to the cushion. And he has his hand on her shoulder very roughly and sits her down. You will sit down and you will do what you're told. Soon you will learn our ways. Silence!
You said he was being rough with her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hisoka, quite calmly, serenely as it were, heads over, and as the guy sits her down kind of roughly, he is going to put a fucking foot through the side of this guy's head with a roundhouse kick to the face. He's just gonna fucking level the guy. I'll do jujitsu. Oh, it's a good roll. I don't know where damage would be for that. What's damage for unarmed to hit?
You knock him out.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah. Hisoka.
Tell me what happens as you knock him out.
Yeah, so Hisoka kind of sees this guy roughhousing his daughter, like you'll listen and shit. And his face doesn't break, but Hibbiki, you see there's this kind of stillness in his eyes as the pupils kind of dilate wide, like he's taken in everything. And he quite calmly steps over, and as he gets right behind his daughter, he brings the fucking foot up into the side of this guy's face, sending him a few feet back and onto the ground unconscious. And he then, in one, kind of stoops down next to his daughter, puts a hand on her head, and kind of pulls her in close. Do not worry. It's all right. I'm here now.
With that, Hibbiki, so you see energy start to kind of swell around the Shugenja, and they're like, they are as we thought! They are here for us! So, everybody roll initiative, and then we're going to move to our other scene.
Side note, you wouldn't be allowed weapons in a temple.
Oh no.
We're busy getting
There's
drunk,
no-
and you guys are.
Yeah, there is no situation in Rokugan whatsoever that anyone ever takes a weapon into a temple. Or a shrine of any kind. So, my bow's outside.
Yuki is all alone. Run away, Hisoka.
Well, I put points in fucking Jujutsu for something. Let's just hope I don't roll utter trash the entire time.
And as usual, Hibbiki is last.
Because you know what's about to happen, right? You are... Shit. He'd want to protect you, but...
Daughter
Yeah, it's
in
fucking kid.
family.
Fucking Kasuga, too. It's his firstborn daughter.
Yeah, where's
She took
Kasuga at?
after him.
Where's the. See.
Neho's back.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah,
Budoka.
Neho's back at the back at home.
Yeah.
Budoka, so.
Yeah,
Then
the Budoka's in here too, I guess, somewhere, right?
Budoka's
Yeah,
here.
he was outside
Oh,
with his
God,
weapon.
Kansuke's
There you go.
around. Oh my
Kansuke is
god.
all of a sudden the strongest man in this temple.
He wouldn't have a
Weapon.
weapon either,
Because he
though.
has a weapon.
He might be outside right now, just waiting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he might be outside. He could bring me my fucking bow. That would make more sense.
Well, I would have had Kansuke in here. What are you talking about? Get the
You
fuck
want-
out of here.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I'm
makes
out here.
sense.
He's out there. He's out there. Okay.
Bring me my fucking bow. It takes me a fucking simple action to string it and a simple action to attack. Oh, wait, no, that's next session. Shit.
But now we're back into the Palace of Pleasure. And Tomio, more time has passed, and he is well into several cups of sake. You got me again, Hidetaka-sama. Keep spending your was it koku?
Yeah, it's
That's
Koku
The money.
or Boo.
Spending your koku, and I'll tell you anything you need to know. We have become fast friends here. And your nephew, Shimizu, his tales of battle are certainly breathtaking.
Yes, my nephew is a very strong, powerful, and dutiful samurai, surely on the rise in Ikcho and places beyond. And I agree. I am very happy to have met everyone inside of this Palace of Pleasure this evening. I am touched to have such good new friends in my life, even at this advanced age.
Yeah. Like I said, never turn down a friend. You do not know when allies will be needed, especially in Shao-King these days.
On that account, and this is Tomio speaking with me, yes.
Mm-hmm.
On that account, Tomio-sama, though I wish not to deprive anyone of the beauty of these geisha, I was wondering if I could speak with you with a bit more privacy.
Of course, Hidetaka-sama.
Yeah, and he will nod to his nephew, and he'll look at one of the geisha. Do we have a side room that my new friend and I can have a conversation in?
Absolutely. Next door here, we often serve food with sake and other wine. Feel free to go in here if you would like to speak without having to lift your voice over the laughing samurai.
Many thanks, my sweet geisha. He stands. If you would, Tomio-sama. I'm assuming it's this room.
Mm-hmm.
And once there, he will close the screens here and have a seat. And out of character, what has Tomio told me about his family? Anything on his position in Shao-King?
No, standard samurai, kind of upper middle class, if you could say so. He has vented some very vague frustrations with the leadership coming out of the Twin Peak Palace. That's just about it. He let slip a few words about Gisela the Swan and how she used to be a very famous geisha. She was the courtesan of the main general in Shao-King. His name is what was his name? His name is Inogami Hikuro. You would know that Hikuro was the father of Inogami Nishikuru, the one that Shimizu killed. Used to be the main courtesan of him, but recently, with the kind of coldness that has fallen over the palace, Giselle the Swan is no longer even allowed in the palace. She's doing everything she can to try to get an audience with the daimyo, but so far she's been shut out.
Okay.
This angers Tomio to no end because he's a huge fan of the Swan.
Yeah, so he closes the screen and gestures to the seat across. Please, sit. We discuss some business, I think.
Hey, like I said, you are, what is it, Kuku? Koku. Your Koku spends as well as anyone else's. I'm sure your nephew will entertain himself speaking with Tomorrow Gaisen. He's but a town guard, but he has a stout heart. Him and myself, I think we are of one mind on some of these matters.
This is good. Tell me, Tomio-sama, what are your opinions on the state of affairs in Shao-King with the new mistress of your daimyo? How do you feel about her presence in the court? How do other samurai of your standing feel about her presence?
Let me try something here real quick. Oh, no. He's totally cool with telling you stuff. He trusts you. He says, to tell you the truth, Hidetaka-sama, I have been somewhat disappointed with the leadership coming out of the palace recently. The daimyo was very visible to the people, but rumor has it he has since taken ill, and this new mistress rules from afar. Everybody in the town, although they dare not say it, fears, for these rumors of unrest could spell danger in the future. You are old enough, Hidetaka, that you may remember a peasant rebellion in the past. We fear that if we do not have strong leadership, and a rebellion comes towards Shao-King, we will not be able to defend ourselves.
I might remember that event more than you think, Tomio-sama. But I digress. How do you feel about Inogami Ishi-sama and his position? What are your thoughts on the daimyo's adopted son?
My thoughts flow in the same direction as Tomorrow Gaisen. Ishi-sama is a man of the people, although he is obviously more wise and quicker with the blade. We support Ishi-sama in all things. I think as an adopted son, it gives him a different perspective on the people that he will rule one day. But it is very much known but unsaid that the new mistress of the daimyo seeks to push him out of his eventual seat of power.
Tomio-sama, I would not wish to dishonor you by speaking about things that are in antagonist to your ruling lord or his mistress, but with the state of affairs of Shao-King and some of the things that I have uncovered, I must be level with you now, working for Ishi-sama, I have discovered the potential for corruption in the Shao-King court.
Please tell me more, Hidetaka. It is in the tradition of the Dragon Clan not to ignore such things, whether they go towards, whether they are in alignment with our wishes, or go against our own bias.
There were recent assassination attempts in Ikcho. Some of them succeeded. In fact, they killed my brother and his wife. But there were attempts made against Ishi-sama, which he survived. I have been working with Ishi-sama to try to uncover the nature of these assassins and determined that they came from Shao-King. Furthermore, there's been involvement from Shao-King in stirring up what would have been a peasant rebellion in a nearby town. What was the town's name again? I'm sorry.
Kijo.
In the nearby town of Kijo. I have much evidence that all of this derives from the very court, and this unrest, coincidentally, coincidence is not something I believe in, by the way, has occurred since the daimyo of Shao-King has taken this woman as his new mistress and, from what I am hearing, soon to be wife. I believe there is a ploy in place in the Shao-King court to create a war between Ikcho and Shao-King and to remove Ishi-sama as successor in favor of this woman's spawn. And such an event would place the livelihood and standing of all good men under Shao-King in question before all the Dragon Clan.
These are strong words, Hidetaka-sama. In order to back them up, you must have more evidence than the mountains that surround the very city of Shao-King. But as of yet, I have no reason to doubt you. You kept your word, you have bought me drinks, and you were as skilled at the game of Go as you let on. But do you know, if word of this gets out, Onizuka Hidetaka-sama, then we would be crucified in the bazaar, just like others have been in months past that criticized the palace.
I and Ishi-sama wish for such a state of affairs never to come to pass to any good and decent samurai again, especially not in this place that was once so lovely and a thriving center of culture for the Dragon Clan. Would you, Tomio-sama, aid me and my nephew and others in town with helping to get to the bottom of this truth and eventually reveal the dastards that are behind besmirching your name and the good name of any samurai in this court? Would you aid us in this cause and legitimize Ishi-sama should it come that he has to make his own claim on the daimyoship of Shao-King?
I will think long and hard on this. Okay, I have thought long and hard of this. He extends his right arm. I am not doing this out of the goodness of my heart, Hidetaka-sama. My loyalty to Ishi I expect to pay off in the end. But until then, you can count on my katana when the time is right. I might also suggest that the god, Geisha, he has a family to look up for. He may be skittish at first to join your cause, but if he sees an opportunity for advancement, he may take it as well.
And Tomio-sama, and he extends his arm and meets it. If you find any others or can think of any others who may be interested in securing Shao-King's future, and they're standing with Ishi-sama, let them know they will be remembered as good and honorable men, and Ishi-sama will reward those loyal to his cause and loyal to Shao-King when we have removed the black heart and treachery from your court.
Aye. Make it so.
He nods. Now, this serious talk can wait till tomorrow. Well, Geisha doesn't drink to have. Let us return.
Let us return. And they go back out, and Shimizu and guys might be laughing. So, and that scene will fade unless Shimizu has anything.
No, we're just... Yeah, he's just buttering him up, basically. You will go far one day, you know, all that blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. As the scene fades, Geisen says, "Oh, where is the rest of your party? I am certainly they're not having as much fun as we are."
Yeah, he just... Oh, yes! And takes a drink of sake. Sure, they're doing fine.
Fine.
All right, Hisoka, you're up. Hisoka, you're up.
And they are clearly hostile, I assume, yes?
Yep.
Yeah. I thought so. I wonder why? Why so aggressive? Alright, so... How much is movement again? It's,
The free one, I think, is 5 times water, and the other one is 10.
Correct.
If I
Correct.
remember.
That's correct.
What's the max you can move in one?
You can do 2 simple actions, which would be 10 to 20 times water.
20 times water. And is that in feet?
Yes.
Okay, so 20 times
Plus, you
water.
get your free.
Yeah, so what's your water ring?
60 foot. And I've got 3 water, so 60.
60 plus 5 times 3. So 75 for you, if you took all out.
So could I... Would it be, what, a simple action or a complex action to pick up Kasuke?
Oh, I'd be fine with you doing it, just grabbing her. Just for narrative
He
purposes.
had her in his arms already, so yeah. He kind of picks her up, and he kind of looks to Hibbiki and just nods and shouts, "Run!" And he is going to go away with his daughter in his arms. 75, you said?
Yep, that's your max.
So
You know, I probably wouldn't give you the free one since you're carrying her. I'd probably just be the 60.
Oh, 60? Okay, let me move back real quick.
Yeah.
Boop. He runs along with his daughter then, yeah. I can't move her, so...
Got it. What's the samurai movie? Wolf and Cub?
yeah, he picks her up in his arms and kind of has her shielded as best he can. And you see him just go full sprint, heading towards the door.
Movie. Mantis flees from dragon. Other dragon left die.
Oof. Yeah, that's not looking great for you, is it? Oh my god. It's his daughter. You're fucked. He's got priorities. Normally that's family, but you
That's
found the one
perfectly
situation
okay.
where he wouldn't prioritize helping you.
What he's going to do is this. I'm gonna hurl some boulders at you.
I am right in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Zav, he's just gonna shotgun you with rocks.
I'm literally in front of 2 Shugenja right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
And they all go before you.
He does have to do 1 raise on this one to cast it as a complex action in 1 round. So it'll be 5 higher than the typical DC.
Oh no.
He gets it.
So you hit that. So that would be his Earth Ring is 4K4.
Yeesh.
Oh my god.
That's rough.
Um,
Yeah,
so,
you were wondering why, Matt. That's why. That's why they're only 4d4.
So basically, there is a column next to you, Hibbiki. Thane raises his hands, like takes his right hand and just swings it over, and pieces of marble break off of this thing and slam into you.
Oh no.
Oh no. Hibbiki's now filled with rocks.
Oh no.
She's
That's
still
not a good
sitting
thing to be
down,
filled with.
too. Yeah. This is kind of a...
I will roll the damage.
I mean, that is a terrible joke. I was gonna say she's probably used to be sitting when she gets blasted in the face.
28.
Yep, she has no
Oh, no.
saves, she's no armor.
That puts you at grazed. That's not awful.
Oh, it is, because all my TNs are +5, because I have low pain threshold.
Oh,
As Hibbiki lets out a
Does that put you at hurt then?
No, it means that all my rolls are +10.
Oh,
TN
instead of the
+5.
typical.
Mm-hmm.
So just smacks into you. The guard, as an all-out sprint, he tries to chase down Hisoka and get in front of him. Let me actually see what his water is. 2. So we go 40 plus 50 total all out. So right next to you.
that's not great.
So he's just running up on you. He's trying to grab the girl away. Daddy! Or, Father! Father! No! Kitsuki Ketsu.
There's nowhere else to go.
It only makes sense. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
God.
I don't know if Hibbiki would run from this either. Is the
Oh,
thing, because
pretty
these are bad Shugenja. I know, but these are like.
Yeah, this is a problem.
It would be. I don't know if it would be I think it would be super dishonorable if she ran.
No, because it would be dishonorable to run from one that you could win, that you know you could win. But it's not dishonorable to survive to report back to your lord or something similar to that. I mean, if you're facing overwhelming odds, it's obviously you would just get killed. I mean, no one's gonna fault you for that. I mean, it mentions that in the social mechanics and stuff.
Extinguish. Let's do this. She's going to raise 3 times. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
To cast this one because it's a rank 2 spell. To cast it once, and it's going to drain your stamina attribute by 2.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
here we go.
Oh.
34. She hits it. So what happens is, so temporarily, your stamina level. Oh boy.
Oh, that
You're
means
like-
I'm out.
You're out. She dropped you.
Yeah, so Hibbiki gets buffeted by these stones of the falling apart statue. And then I assume this other Shugenja is basically kind of almost drains the life out of Hibbiki.
Yeah, like what happens basically, the only gesture she makes is she has a dagger in her left hand, and she sticks it into the monk's throat. It spurts blood out. And as that blood fades out, you see the monk start to like drain to the ground to his knees, then fall flat dead. And it kind of spreads to you. You feel like this weakness going up your legs, into your chest and abdomen as things start to go dark.
Yeah, Hibbiki had just gotten to her feet. She is bleeding from the previous attack. As this happens, as a weakness comes upon her, seeing Hisoka cause this turmoil almost, and then flee with his child, she just collapses onto the floor.
Unresponsive. Kensuke. What's he doing?
I'm
Aki
assuming
dropped off.
Yeah.
He's the one that caused
he's
it.
ashamed. I would assume
Live
that
action.
He's not online either. I bet his internet crapped out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Kensuke would probably
I told
maybe
him to protect
Eden.
Kitsuki.
Yeah, but can he hear? Does he know what's going even on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think
true.
I think you could hear like a big rocket.
I would
crack
assume a
out of that.
boulder coming
Yeah.
out of the fucking ground would be pretty
It's
loud.
like an earthbender thing.
I got Toph is all up in here. He, I guess, will open the door,
I
look
think he-
inside, and see.
Yeah. You can RP him if you want, Ghost.
Go ahead, Ghost.
I mean, he's your guy.
Yeah, but I'm not him. You do it.
Hibiki can do it then.
Right. Well, he doesn't see Hibbiki. There's a wall here. I don't know if he'd assume that she's up there, so he'd probably go and help Hisoka, to be honest. So he'd charge in. How far can he move there? Just as a run.
His water rank is 2.
All right. We'll have him as a simple action grab Hisoka's maybe grab Hisoka's bow and run inside. Water ring of 2, so that's 20.
Yeah, but if he takes 2 of them, he can go 40.
But
Alright,
he used one of
do
them
it.
to grab the
He's
thing.
a simple action to grab. He grabs a bow.
Yeah.
It's simple action, so he only can, I guess.
Oh, yep. So 20, yep.
Do
Plus he gets his free, though.
Yeah, so 20, then if it's 2, then that's another 10. Yeah, it's not that much more.
Never
He's
know.
there. He's running inside. He's got his
Put him in defense.
yeah. He's in defense stance.
For some reason, it's not recognizing him as a character.
Has he
I
been a
see him.
figment of my imagination this whole time?
He has.
No, let me try something.
I can click him, and he's got stuff.
Unable to find player or character with that name.
Does he have a different name on the character sheet?
I got him.
It might
He's
be
got
like
no
the
name,
way
that's why.
Kensuke- Is that why?
Yeah, he has no name. Because I just rolled with him.
Let me see if it works now. Yeah, that's it. Good job. I'll swap them out.
You're rocking.
Let's see. After entering his initiative in. What was he? He went after Hibbiki, right?
He was at 16. Yeah.
16. And so, is it back to the top?
Mhm.
Yep, it is.
Back to Hisoka, who's not
Back to
here.
Hisoka.
And he's
Has
still
he said anything through his phone
haven't
or
seen
anything?
anything.
Something must have happened, because he wouldn't just drop like
It's
that.
weird that he hasn't said anything on his phone.
It might be one of those ones where he thinks he's still connected. He's probably talking to himself.
He might be. I assume he's gonna fight the guard. Well, most likely.
He might keep running.
True. I mean, if Fane or Ketsu are gonna do anything, like they're pretty much out of it. It's like a separate.
Their spells has pretty long range.
They can't see him though. That's the thing.
No, they can't see him. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't set up the dynamic.
I
lighting
don't
on this
think they
one.
would be able to like move and see him and attack in one round.
No,
Maybe next round.
especially
but-
because some of their stuff is the rank 2 too. They have to do raises. We'll see if he connects in a little bit. I mean, if he connects soon, we can. Otherwise, we can stop it.
No!
They were having such a good time. Now I have to kill my cousin
God damn it!
for doing the one thing I asked him not to do.
Abandon Hibbiki.
Yeah. Make sure you protect my niece. I'm gonna do everything but that.
And Ishi is gonna be fucking pissed.
We were just getting information, not our fault.
Split the party.
Well, it should have been fine, but he snapped and decided he wanted to do a fucking karate kick on somebody.
Yep.
It might be what his character does. If he doesn't care about Bushido and it's his daughter, he's just like, fuck this.
It's fair.
Good.
Makes for a better roleplay
And
situation.
I won't care about Bushido when I admonish him for leaving my niece to die
This is true.
and requests that he kill himself. Yeah, it's gonna put him at odds. We're gonna be at odds now, sadly. His family is the most important thing to me too,
Mm-hmm.
and he sacrificed mine to save his.
Yeah, if he doesn't get on by one, we'll just call it.
No!
Oh.
Wanna know what happened?
It's really,
I
really
do too.
strange that he wouldn't be
It's a
on his
Friday.
phone.
I don't care about staying up later. It's Friday. I don't have anything to do tomorrow.
I just don't understand
I'm
why
good.
why he wouldn't be on with his phone.
Who knows? Maybe he lost everything.
But I mean, internet wouldn't matter.
Is there something going on in? He's in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Or where is he? Is there like a really bad storm or something? in Michigan?
We had a storm earlier. The rain rolled through, but I haven't heard anything. Stray protest bullet. Hopefully not. I'll feel very bad if that's the case.
I don't think he's
Rain?
a main protest.
Yeah, I don't think he lives in an area that there's protests. I guess.
Rainfall warning southern Ontario, but that's Canada, not Michigan.
Very strange. It's a blood magic, dude.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
rough.
turned off his
It's rough. As long as they can cut somebody, they can do it.
Okay, it's okay. He's coming back. He's coming back.
He has one charger for his phone. That doesn't surprise me.
I know. The other charges for his beard. He's got a beard trimmer.
Um,
Oh, that's the worst. Trying to get onto Discord and it starts updating on you.
Good sash, good RP.
Yeah, I know.
I just wanted to be the hero of Dragon.
You are the hero, man. You only have to make a DC 10 to know who you are.
Yeah, except I'm sitting getting drunk with Uncle instead of...
Like everybody
Defending your
there at that geisha house is probably around you, like asking you to tell stories and
You
stuff.
know, when I killed your lord...
They don't know that.
they might by the end of the night.
That's true.
Depends how much sake I have.
Finally.
There he is.
Hello?
Yes.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey, I'm here.
What
It's
happened?
your turn.
Internet went down.
Dropped all of a sudden. What happened?
That's your turn.
Kansuke is coming towards you with your bow in hand.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn.
All right.
You don't know
I
what's
was gonna
happening
say
up
I'm in
there.
defensive stance, so Shuchi is gonna kind of just run past the guy in defensive stance. Now what's the movement? It's for a simple action.
The free one.
Yeah,
5 times water.
5 times water. Okay, so 15 foot. I could get like there. And would I be able to get to him at 30 something and pass off my daughter and take the bow?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. He kind of runs over, passes Kasuga to him. Take her and go. Head to the.
You keep unloading your kids on me.
Yeah, I know, right? What was the pleasure place's name?
Palace of Pleasure.
Yeah, Palace of Pleasure. Oh, it is
What?
literally.
Bring my daughter to the
thought-
Palace of Pleasure, please.
Yeah, I know, right? He looks to Kensuke.
What is the pleasure place's name?
I forgot that it was literally just Palace of Pleasure. But yeah, Hisoka looks very keenly to Kansuke as he passes his daughter to him. Take her to Hidetaka-san at the Palace of Pleasure. I will deal with this. And he takes the bow in turn and his quiver as well, and strings his bow and gets ready to go.
I don't know if Kansuke would leave.
Well, he's just been instructed.
Oh
But
no.
He was
He's also
instructed by
instructed
Hidetaka.
He's also instructed to protect Hibiki. I don't know. He's going to decide.
Yeah, Hisoka.
I'll
Well, should
probably
I
leave
do
it
like
to go.
something to command him to do it? Should I roll something? To
You
convince
told him to do it. It's Ghost. It's Ghost Paducah.
Oh,
Paducah.
Yeah.
Roll for it.
I'll roll for it.
Roll would be for that.
Babadoka.
What's the convince type thing?
Feign. Let's see here. Feign. Quickly! The other one is getting away! These monks. These monks are like little lemmings. They just follow him around. Let's see how far he can go. Oh! That's his weak spot. He's slow. He has a skirt on. He has those robes.
over
There's
here.
robes around.
He's fucking crab walking in his skirt.
So to that's 40.
Yeah, that would. I didn't even think of that. Fucking hell. Ugh. You gonna make me kill some fucking Shugenja? Oh my
50 total.
god.
Use the flesh cutter.
Yeah, I know, right? I plan on it.
The guard. Bunch of slow bastards. He only go 5 as a free, so he has to. He's going to put himself in the doorway with a full move action. 55, and he's in defensive. That's the problem. It didn't have a name in the actual sheet. Guard. Now let me try it. There we are.
Hey.
Boom.
I didn't realize
He's like,
he went down.
Yeah, he puts himself in the doorway. You're not leaving here alive. Any of you. Ketsu's turn. I think she's slow. She might be slow. Ooh, she's a little faster. Let me see. 15 if she can get within visual.
I mean,
Can't see anything really.
Oh no! Drawing that line, that parallel.
No, she's going to sprint.
Looking a bit out of it. Nice.
So
Goodness.
she gets that 3 times 60. And Hibbiki. Do they have to? They're just unconscious. They don't have to make a roll or anything, do
Not
they?
that I don't think so. No.
Sorry, Hibbiki.
Oh, you poor girl. Kasuke, get the fuck out.
So he would be more likely. He'd be more likely to obey Onizuka's edict. But you also handed him the little girl. So I'm going to roll a D3. On 1 and 2, he will obey Onizuka, and on a 3, he'll obey you. Sound okay?
All right. That's fair. He's been on Izuka's for a long time.
Yes. And you're an outsider.
True. Yeah, he has been hanging out with my other daughter, though. He's been hanging out with my other daughter. He knows what it would be like if something happened to this one.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, in character, he has developed a bond for the this little girl's sister. So it says,
girls, yeah.
yeah. So he says, come with me, escape. He dashes around the guard. Dashes around the guard, sets Kasuga outside the temple, and he draws his. Let's see what he has. He has a katana. It looks like
He probably shouldn't. But,
Yari.
Yeah.
Yari and a katana is what you. So I don't.
Yari makes sense, yeah. It's like a pole arm.
Non-samurai don't carry katanas.
Yeah.
Looks like he has a Yari on the sheet.
Yaris are pretty sick.
So he puts Kasuga down and says, "Run into town. Look for the Palace of Pleasure and enter. Make a great disturbance. Onizuka is there. He will treat you kindly. Go!" And she screams and bolts away from the temple. And he turns his Yari and says, "Now where were we?"
My boy. My boy! God
Kill
damn.
that Shugenja.
I'm about to fucking wreck some shit. I'm gonna fucking shoot this bitch. With my...
Shouldn't have let you one kick my fire, Shugenja. But it looks
Now,
cool.
I am gonna use the flesh cutters. I don't have any... so it's flesh cutter. How much more is it? Is it 1 kept, 1 rolled?
I just look in the
Or
book
is it
and
just
see.
1?
It should.
Oh,
Doesn't
fucking
your
book load.
doesn't you have? Don't you have it in your? Here.
I
Hold on,
don't.
let's see if I can find it.
Yeah,
I
it's
can pull it up. I forgot when I dropped
D-
power.
DR is 2K3, double the armor TM bonus provided by armor.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, because the thing is, where is it? It goes off of arrows. Because I just need to know the difference.
Just put
it is just 1k extra. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's rolled is the same. Capped 1 extra cap.
and then just the armor bonus is doubled from your target.
All right. Yeah. I don't know the armor bonus. So.
Yeah. Does she have any
I'm
armor?
pretty sure
40,
it
40, 40. No, she wouldn't. No, she doesn't have any
yeah.
anyway.
So yeah.
So that gets 21. Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
I think these are Earth ones, so let me see. They're not as wimpy.
Probably gonna be pretty tough.
But
But I can make it hard for him. If this had been 1 session later, I'd be able to do another shot right now. She'd be fucked.
That's why you shouldn't just max out your reflexes, man. That's what I told
It's
you.
true. But at the same time, look at these rolls.
so like if you hit her in the thigh. What does it look like as she turns the corner? She
Yeah.
starts to maybe cast something and just but tell me what it looks like.
Yeah, Hisoka, he knows Shugenja. He's dealt with them before. He's fought them. He's fought with them. He doesn't want to deal with that. So he sees her and immediately looses a shot. Again, kind of up high and then drops the bow down. And just as it hits center, the arrow flies loose and impales her leg.
Fane. 2 times 5 is 10.
Eat shit. He can't get there.
20 times
I think he can just
40.
run up, right?
Yeah, 40. And then he gets an extra 10, so 50.
Ooh.
Pulls his gimp along with him. Come here! Come with me.
Oh my god. What are those called? The like from Game of Thrones, the guys where they remove everything.
Unix.
Unsullied?
Eunuchs. Yes.
So you would be at least in attack at this point, right? Your stance would be attack.
I was in. Oh, well,
shot.
it would be actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Attack.
Yeah.
Her. Yeah. Yep. So I am in attack.
Okay. The guard, 3 can't quite get there. He puts himself, in between you and the other one, and he goes in defense. And now it's Kitsuki Ketsu's turn. Ooh, let's see what she has in her bag of tricks.
This is gonna be interesting. Fucking magic. The one thing. The one thing that fucks me. Magic.
Maybe you shouldn't have attacked Shugenja in that
I
damn
can
home.
only fight in forests from now on, so I can like call wolves to help or some shit.
Oh, this is a really fun one.
Oh no. That's
a
not
fun one.
good.
Let me see what types of raises I can do.
Oh Christ.
Smart target.
It's gonna turn me into a fucking frog or some shit.
A weasel.
Can I see? Can I see? Oh, she can't see Kensuka. Crap.
Ha!
Just one raise then, so I can cast it for 1 round.
Perfect.
And she has to take 2 times. She has to take 4 wounds as well in order to do it. So she takes a dagger,
Oh no.
draws it,
Blood
draws it.
magicking me.
Draws it across her hands. As that hands, like you can see her face racked with pain, and perhaps you start to feel some pain in your body.
Oh no. This isn't good. Fuck it up and like bleed yourself or some shit.
Oh! I didn't make it.
Oh my god.
I did a raise to cast it in one round.
Oh, she fucked
Doesn't
it,
she?
and that
She
uses up
takes
spell and
she takes
everything.
wounds, right? To do that.
Oh yeah. She didn't have any penalties.
Yeah, you take the wounds one way or another, I think.
Yeah,
with blood
she still
magic.
took the bone wounds, but didn't give her a penalty yet.
Oh man.
Oh, it sucks. All right.
Oh, she
That's her.
fucked up her spell. Maybe she lost too much blood already from the blood wounds, you know? Oh.
Hibiki lays there.
Mm-hmm.
Kansuka.
Oh my god.
Hibiki, I'll let you play Kansuka.
All right.
Save me.
Well, he's closest to this one, so I feel like it makes sense for him to run up, and he'll go in defense because I don't think he can attack right now. Oh, and he can do that.
Guard?
Guard. Yeah, he'll guard Hisoka.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Hisoka, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna ignore this fucking guy and aim for Ketsu again. With that, I assume he's like doing well. He's in the way, but I mean,
I
I don't
give
think
you
there's
like
mechanically
I give you like a +5.
+5. Yeah,
I mean with the bow.
I'm not doing any raises or anything anyway.
Yeah.
And then no extra rolled, but 1 extra kept for damage with those cutters. Flesh cutters.
Oh,
Oh, I'm clear. Another 26.
Oh, it hits her hard. 51.
Ooh. That hurts.
Literally hurts. This one just is in her stomach. Ah, she just uses the pain at this point.
Oh.
Watches the blood drip down, says, the more I hurt, the more I'll make you hurt.
Yeah, Hisoka kind of shudders a bit at that as he tenses himself for whatever this fucker's about
This
to
might
do.
suck.
This might suck a lot.
He slits his monk's throat. And
Oh, no.
this is going to be a good one. Where is it? Oh, it's just now you have to. Duration, range.
Do we have music? Oh, it's just...
Yep. I'm going to raise it one time to affect the Badoka as well.
Oh, no. I hope it's something that has collateral to hurt the other thing, too.
Made it.
Oh, but... it's just one raise? Shit.
Yep.
Oh
Damn.
no.
Your bow and Kansuke's Yari both turn into serpents and start to hiss at you as you become extremely afraid of these weapons in your hand. Ah! So you have to pass a fear check.
Oh, that's not good.
3-point
Oh,
phobia.
I see there's a button for fear. Fear rank 3?
3 is what I think it is.
I guess
Yep.
it's TN25? I don't
Yep.
know how the fear checks work.
It's baked
Oh.
in. It uses your like
0.1.
honor and some other stuff.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it uses
That's why I
your
added it in.
honor
Yep.
shit. Okay.
Kitsuki makes it. You hold on to your Yari. Saruchi, what's it look like as you get afraid?
Yeah, Hisoka sees, of course, it looks now like a serpent with string along it, as he kind of tosses it to the ground, confused, terrified of this. Wait a minute! I would assume it would be something other than a snake, because
Whatever you're
his
afraid
whole
of,
thing
yeah,
is
what-
the
what-
animals are never hostile to him.
What's
so it's gotta
awful to
be.
you?
Ooh, what, what would
It's
he
your
be
wife.
scared of? It's his wife. I imagine it's just like covered in like these really
It's on
vicious
fire.
thorns and stuff, right? Like it seems as if it's made of these terrible thorn vines that he's been cut up badly before on. There was probably some accident in his childhood where he got torn up by them really badly, so it's like some old trauma. It looks like they're like piercing into his hands and stuff, and he tosses it to the ground.
Guard's turn. Guard looks at you, and he'll use a void point on his attack. Full attack.
Oh no, not full attack. Full attack is bad.
So
Bad,
be
bad full
3K,
attack.
3K2 bonus.
The one thing that I never wanted to deal with, not having my bow. Oh, that's not great.
Yes. You're in defense, right?
Oh,
No, you were
yeah.
you were in
You're in
attack.
I'm
attack.
in normal.
Yeah. Your TN would not be 55. For some reason,
I
that's
don't
wrong.
think so. Well, what's the 20? Did he do raises?
No.
Yeah, what's the 20 from?
Yeah, I don't know if the 20 plus 35. I think your TN would be.
What's 35 baseline? I don't.
You
know
would
if
be
he
at
had-
35
I mean-
if you're 35 baseline.
Plus,
Yeah.
Art, which is what, 5?
Plus guard, he would have beaten it by 1. So it would have been 40.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep, so it
5.
hits.
So you take
Not-
25.
Yep. Looking rough. I don't know what part to edit.
I just put it in the bubble. It's the red one.
Oh, okay, cool.
And let's see. Does that make your...
I am definitely
That
hurt.
put you on hurt. Is that what,
Yeah.
+5?
Plus 10. Rough
Yeah.
stuff.
Kitsuki Ketsu. Enough of this. She is going to use...
Oh wait, didn't Kansuke put guard up on?
Yeah, yeah.
It was only +5.
Would have beat you by 1.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what it was.
I'm going to use a void point. I'm going to use a void point, and I'm going to do 2 raises for this one to try to drop your stamina and drop you too.
Oh, that's not good.
She's going to take a big penalty though.
She's gonna injure herself too, right?
Yeah, she's injured. She has to take another 4. So it has to beat the TN by 20.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That's bad.
Your stamina drops by 2.
To 0. I think that kills me instantly, doesn't it?
No, unconscious.
Both. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that kills you instantly in this game.
Oh, that's good.
There is one thing. So tell me what that looks like as you go unresponsive.
Yeah, so, what's the spell? Drain? Oh, drain the soul. So yeah, Hisoka, seems like he's intent on fighting on. He kind of readies his knuckles to kind of swing at this guy in front of him and fight him off somehow. Just thinking about his daughter, and then suddenly as this woman kind of twists her hand and the pain kind of begins to overtake Hisoka, and his head begins to lilt and get dizzy as he moves almost as if to attack and collapses instead.
Kensuke, I think we'll just roleplay the rest of this out because I don't think he's standing alone.
You'd fight till the end, I'd say. I think, right?
I mean, with the culture the way it is, I would imagine. Unless, I don't think they would just leave him either.
No. The girl's running. So kind of roleplay wise, he steps forward and hits the guard on the back of the head. The guard spins around and pushes him. Kensuke stabs the guard in the gut, but then as that happens, it's like 2 boulders just smack in the back of his head. Ah! And he falls to the ground. And the last thing he hears, and Hisoka hears, and Hibbiki hears, is, Quickly! Quickly! Gather them up! We must get them to the castle at once! And we'll end it there.
Your luck with your Badoka is not so good.
Man, yeah. Ooh. God
tried.
damn.
All your fault.
Wait, I would have, yeah. There's not much to do about it against blood mages. 2 people against a couple of blood mages is not going to be good. Oh, man. That's bad shit.